We're back on CPR's Clubhouse Live with the Artistic family. Joining us, we have the Princess of Style, Miss Synthia Figueroa. Hi, Synthia.
Hi.
Also, the future of freestyle, Lily Rose and Juliana Lee are also here.
Hello.
And Mr. Executive Producer himself, DJ Paradise. Martin, how are you?
Hello. Happy to be here. What's
Listen,
good?
I got to listen to the Artistic family version of Now and Forever with One Touch. And it's amazing. The vocals, Michael Anthony comes in, Willie Valentine's there, the Princess of Style is in there, the future of freestyle is in there. Who came up with the extended Artistic family version of this record?
So it's funny. Me and Martin talk. I always ran everything by Martin on this one. I said, "Hey, do you think?" He was like, "Yeah, do something different." I'm like, "I know we don't have a lot of time. We had like days or a week before we were going to go to distribute it," and then I kept showing them, "This is what I did. This is what I did." They were like, "Good, I like it. We're going in the right direction," and it just kept evolving. Then we recorded vocals, and
I didn't hear it.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You tell them that story. You got to tell them that story.
No, it was just like your idea, which was amazing, but you were like just giving it. You were just sending it to me. It wasn't in the group chat, and we kept it that way until you were done, and you were rushing and nervous at the same time. But it just built up so amazing.
And I remember you and Kelly came in.
Yes.
They had listened to it in the car. And Kelly was like, "Mom, you have to listen to this, but listen to it like now."
Yeah.
And I was like, what am I listening to? What's going on? I was like all nervous. I didn't know what was happening.
That was a total surprise. It was amazing. And how quick you did it, considering you're not a busy person.
Synthia Figueroa, how did you feel jumping on this record at the 35th anniversary?
Excited, super excited. A little bit nervous because it's Nyasia, and you want to
Get out of here.
Right. But I was super excited. I was like, "What in the world is this man's brain doing right now? What is happening?"
The
like,
mad
just listening
scientist.
to it before he even called me downstairs to layer onto what his idea was already manifesting in his brain, and that I was like, "Oh my God." I was like, when they hear this, they're gonna, I don't want to curse, I'm gonna behave.
We have the ladies of the future of freestyle. We have Lily Rose and Juliana Lee. I'll start with Lily. How did it feel for you to listen to this record and then your mom be on it, your dad be on it, your uncle Michael be on it, your aunt Nyasia be on it, and then your best friend be on it, and then like you got to be on it as well? How did it feel to get on this record?
It was really cool. I had known about like the whole project of it for a while because, I can hear it in my own house. And when it was brought to me and Jules to like, "Hey, do you guys want to be on Now and Forever?" And me and Jules were kind of just like, "Yes, absolutely." Because we both love Nyasia so much. So it was a very big opportunity and it was very cool. And I loved doing it.
Juliana, you've been
Love you so much.
You've been new to freestyle, but you've been like doing a lot of research on the history of it and the music. When you heard Now and Forever and they asked you to be part of it, how did you feel?
Well, I was just at Lily's house one day, and then Will just brought it up, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'd love to. I would never turn that down." So I was so excited, but going along with Synthia, I was also a little bit nervous because I obviously want to do great for Nyasia, but it was so fun. The whole process was amazing, and it just felt right. So, yeah.
Amazing to hear everybody together. Now, the men that are also in this record, Willie Valentine and Michael Anthony Bertot, even though one person wrote it, the other person produced it, how did you both feel? And I'll start with Michael, you doing some of that ad-lib at the end.
It was weird for me because I really don't sing like that anymore. So for me, it was sort of like, yeah, this is cool. I could do that, Actually, I was in the studio when Iris was in town, and this melody was just in my head the whole time. And I was just like, hey, I got to lay this down real quick. And if we use it, we use it. If we don't, we don't. It's fine. But I just got to lay it down because it just fits, right? So that's kind of how this started, you know, because we could have just settled and done it just like the original, and that'd have been fine. But it just seemed like it needed something else.
Yeah, but that's not
Willie?
what you guys do.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
don't do that. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I love that. I love that science project. You guys just start adding different parts, that don't belong, but then you make it fit, and it just becomes a masterpiece. Willie, you adding your vocals to this record that you're producing, how did it feel?
Felt good. I mean, it was fun. The whole record from the beginning till I uploaded it to the distribution. It had been a fun ride. So just to whatever, some background, some harmonies on that chant was fun, and just looking at everyone around here, like this has been a great ride with everyone. Everyone did their thing. And I got to give Martin his props because he named the mix. He was shooting me messages. What about this name? This name? This name? When he said the artistic fountain, like there you go, he named it. So
it was special.
Mm-hmm.
It had to stick.
I think when the guys added their parts at the end, it made it so much meatier, and it just romanticized the song. Because the original song, you always just hear me singing to whoever it is and I'm singing the song to. But now you kind of you hear the guy in the background who I would be singing it to. You know what I'm saying? And their response. And it just, to me, it gave the song such roundness with their vocals on it. And then he went and added these three phenomenon over here.
That second verse, that second verse pops so much.
I was like, what else are you going to throw in here to make this any better? And he couldn't make it any better than what he just topped it off with.
We were missing a family dog in your house. That would have been it.
Maybe Lila could have just
I'm sure the acapella you hear a bark here. There.
I love the fact that when I was listening to it, I'm trying to figure out who's doing what part. I'm like, Synthia Figueroa, that's Lily Rose, that's Juliana Lee. And so I'm in that, oh my God, it's Michael. And then I forgot to point out Willie. He goes, I'm on the record too, right? I'm like, no, I heard, I was trying.
He said, I love Michael's vocals on that track. I'm like, I'm in the background there.
Yeah. But it's because again, as a historian, I know what it means to everyone on the panel, especially the originators of this record, and the fact that you added the title with one touch. And so it's now and forever, and you pay homage to the original, but with one touch. Oh, look, the puppy's gonna sing.
Another
thing that that meant a lot to Willie and myself is that we've only done this twice. One time on Dedicate My Love, on his last single, we had a version called the Chelsea Project Mix, and we did it again for this one because this one, it actually was really fitting, right? It took us full circle. So anytime you see that, like the Chelsea Project, that's like me and Willie, like just branding something together, just
putting your stamp on it.
We never did that before. Like there's a lot of projects that Willie and I have done that, he's producing it, I'm doing vocal arrangements, he may be doing beats or whatever. I'm doing backgrounds, or he's doing, and at this point we're just like, hey, we're too old for that at this point, right? It's sort of like, hey, let's just stamp it, Who knows? Maybe we'll do an album like that. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
I'm truly proud of the collaboration. I know your wife is down for the Chelsea Project Freestyle compilation. I'm down for it too. And you could add so many different people from that area that are freestyle and part of this genre that we love so much. Nyasia, I know that celebrating 35 years, you're putting together your album. You know that you don't ever need to retire, right?
Please don't.
Why?
Please don't.
I'm sorry.
Why?
Because in freestyle there is no retirement. People can leave and come back to the same spot that they left in, and it's like you never left, because it's a music that stands the test of time. So if you recorded something in 1988, you come back in 2024, and you're right there and in the top tier talent because of what the song means to folks, right? So
Mhm.
Now and Forever is a smash hit, and it means so much to some folks, and especially that album that was also put out on Micmac. It's a treasure to so many people. So you never have to leave because you already made your mark, and it's something that you can always come back to. So you never need to retire. You never need to do anything other than enjoy your time performing in front of people in Brazil or wherever they love you. And
Thank you.
that goes for everyone here as well. Like Michael Anthony Bertot is probably my favorite writer of all time. To this day, All In featuring Reveal, You Are Mine Tonight is revered here in New England, to the point where I just played it a few days ago, and I got people from Miami, Florida asking me if that's new, because he was so ahead of his time that they think it's new, and it's from 2001, right? And so, Willie Valentine, he's been the best remixer in the last few years, telling stories in the records the way that you like it. I know Martin will appreciate his mixes because he's also a storyteller in the blends, right?
Yeah.
So when you do the story in the blends, he also brings it back to you making that mix with that whole like 10 spinning Shomer thing, where Shomer will make a mix and it will tell a story, or a Paradise mix that I have from the freestyle file that he will make a story out of it as well. So Willie Valentine never needs to retire either. And you young ladies that are still here with us, you just started, so you're not retiring for a while. Hopefully they'll have 401k when you decide to hang it up. When is this record going to be released?
All right. The official release date is August 28th. So we're not too far away from that date. I don't know when this is going to air, so I don't want to say how many days. But August 28th. And we came up with that day. I remember we were having a conversation, myself, and Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we need to pick a date that makes sense. So Naya said, hey, the record came out on February 8th when it first released. I'm like, oh, 2/8. There we go, the 28th. So that's how we got that date.
Juliana, Lee, and Lily Rose, will you be playing this a lot, on your phones and iPads and stuff like that?
Yes, definitely.
The release date for Now and Forever with One Touch is August 28th. Accompanying the release of this record will also be a video. Willie Valentine, tell me a little bit about the video.
It's an amazing video. Like I always tell Martin, and it remind me of a Michael Jackson like video. Like it's more of like a story, like a little mini movie. It was directed by a good friend of ours, Tony Armas, who's did Lily's first video when she was 8. And he's done a lot of good stuff. He did Sammy's own video. But yeah, it's a great video. Quality is amazing. It tells a really good story. And it's funny and it's scary and it has a little bit of everything in it.
Yeah, I warned Jose about that.
Yeah. And it drops midnight on the 28th. So on YouTube.
I want to go around the room and just talk about this record, this amazing record that's going to be released on August 28th one more time. Michael Anthony Bertot, you're the writer. You got to come full circle. You're featured vocally. Any final thoughts on this 35th anniversary of Now and Forever?
I'm really excited to hear mixes that I haven't heard. So that's great. For me, it's like a surprise. So that's awesome because I can just take a step back and just appreciate it, right? I don't have to be involved in that part of it. So I'm really happy that all this happened after, that the girls are singing. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear that, what it's going to sound like. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about it.
Speaking of the ladies featured on this record, Synthia Figueroa, you have your daughter on here on an Nyasia record. How does that feel for you?
Oh my God. It's overwhelming a little bit, I have to say, because before being a part of the family, I was a fan and I still am. So to have not only myself be a part of this and also get to see the magic that happened behind the scenes when they remade the song, And then now to have my daughter, it's a lot for me to see that she is now a part of the genre and a part of the artistic family. It's a privilege and an honor to see her perform and grow in her own talent, but then to also have her be a part of the 35th anniversary of Now and Forever for Nyasia, someone that I looked up to. Is just insane. It's surreal.
Now, the future of freestyle, if we add your ages together, you still won't be as old as this record. So, Lily, you're here with your best friend, and you're also here with your mom and dad on the record. Is it overwhelming a little bit?
Um, not overwhelming. I think it's very comfortable because it's like I have so much support around me with my parents and Juliana and Nyasia. So there's a lot of support. And, whenever I feel maybe if I feel like I'm doing something wrong, everybody's like, you got this. So it's a lot of support and a lot of comfort instead of sometimes a little overwhelming.
I talk about Juliana Lee being a student of the game because Willie and I speak, and he tells me all the research that she did and all the songs that she brings to him. And I know that this is part of your now discography and history. You being with your best friend and her family, it could be also overwhelming, and it could also be something that it makes you a part of a historical record. How do you feel right now being so close to the release date to this record?
I'm just really, really grateful for this amazing opportunity that, Lily and Synthia and Will and Nyasia and everybody has provided me. And this is something that I never thought I'd be a part of. And it's so amazing seeing my dreams come true and seeing, obviously, Will and Cynthia's dreams coming true as well, and Lily. And I just love it. And I'm so excited for everybody to hear it. And I think it's really amazing. There's a bunch of different twists and turns in it. And I think it's so good. And I'm really excited.
Nyasia, I thank you, and I thank Paradise for allowing me to be the person to interview you guys and talk about your 35th anniversary. I appreciate you loving the history of this music. I think that it gets lost in this community, knowing the true history of this music and the history of the artists that are in it. And I like to catalog it. I like to put it out there for the people that are interested in learning about it. But Nyasia, this is like a full circle homecoming. You have your family, and it's extended now because 35 years ago it was Willie, Valentine, and Michael Anthony Bertot, your brothers, and now you have your nieces and your sister-in-law and your husband, and so this is a great collaboration. Tell me more about your feelings right now going into the 35-year anniversary of Now and Forever with One Touch.
First, I'm so grateful that, it was actually done, that we were able to do it, that I was able to do it with Michael and Willie. And then having Synthia, Lily, and Juliana on it, it was just the icing on the cake. Having my husband be a part of what made Nyasia 35 years ago was pretty awesome. To have him in the studio when we were recording this, because he got to see the excitement of doing the song all over again. And I love that, it's still the same people, but now we have our kids in here, like Juliana's performing, Lily Rose is performing. My daughter dances for me. All we need is for Michael's son to do, I don't know, pop in one of the videos or something, and then we'll have the whole family up in there. I am very proud of the song, and even more so now that it's the glue that kept us all together up until the re-release of the song. And to have the girls in there too, and their amazing vocals. I can't wait for people to hear this. I mean, I know that it's going to be some people are going to be like, oh, you shouldn't have touched the classic, should have left it the way it is. But now it is our song for us to enjoy, and it has a new flavor to it. It has classic, but it has a new flavor to it. And I'm blessed. I'm truly, truly 100% blessed to have done it with them.
Now, the pre-order is going to be available soon as well. We also have some information on the record release party. Willie Valentine, what do you have on that?
I'm here live from Connecticut. I feel like we're on the news. The weather looks like it's going to hold up, and the record release party is going to happen. No, I'm just kidding. It just sounded like that. I felt like I was on Fox 5. Anyway, no. So we're having multiple celebrations for this. First one's happening at Calandras in New Jersey. That's happening on September 7th. And then we're bringing it back to Connecticut. It's going to be the end of summer Freestyle Bash single release party 2 for Nyasia. And that one's going to have, of course, Nyasia, Lily Rose, Juliana Lee, Synthia Figueroa, and George Anthony. So that's going to be an amazing show, and Jenny Renee. So it could be a great show. And then on the 7th, I didn't mention who's going to be on there, but Synthia Figueroa and myself are opening up, and we're going to be celebrating the release of this record together. So it's a lot of great things happening. Videos dropping again on the 28th at midnight. The song has 6 mixes on it. So you have the radio mix, the all-in Chelsea extended mix, Chelsea Project, extended mix, Joe Pella, Synthia, and the Artistik Family remix. So a lot of great goodies. Vinyl, picture vinyl, CD. I don't know if you guys heard of it. Something called digital. We're gonna have that. We're also gonna have the video on Blu-ray, because it's the different variations of the video. It's going to be on Blu-ray. And last but not least, we're bringing it back old school, because single is going to be available, limited edition.
That is pretty amazing news, and congratulations on all these beautiful releases that you're going to have, different options for the audience to take part in. And I want to close out by saying I can't wait to debut this record on my show because of the fact that just listening to it in the car, the bass, the production, the collaborations, the voices on there, Nyasia, Synthia Figueroa, the future of freestyle, Lily Rose and Juliana Lee, listening to Michael Anthony, and I think I heard Willie in there somewhere, but
you gotta pay for that.
By listening to Michael Anthony sing his part there, I jumped out of my chair listening, because I'm like, oh my God, it's Michael and Willie. But it was just awesome. It was just a great surprise, and I'm glad that you were able to do it. Again, August 28th is the day for Nyasia's 35th anniversary of Now and Forever with One Touch. I want to thank the executive producer of this episode, Martin DJ Paradise Santiago, who wrote the entire script for this show. And I had to transcribe it. It took a whole notebook, but we got it.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
But listen, now more than ever, I appreciate the value of the freestyle file and what you meant to this genre.
Thank you.
And how you paved the way for online radio stations and what people are doing now. Something that your team and yourself should be proud of. And I always say every time I see you, bring back the freestyle file for an anniversary show. Just one. That's just one. But I want to thank you, Nyasia, for allowing me to debut your song and to also record this show, this podcast. Willie Valentine, thank you for all the work that you do to help me out. Michael Anthony, keep writing. I love the way you write. Synthia Figueroa, we need some new music. And to the future of freestyle, the genre is yours. Just take it. Nyasia, thank you for being real, and thank you for being kind. Because being real and kind at the same time is sometimes a struggle, but you pull it off so well, and you are a legend.
Yeah,
so
thank you.
That's nice.
That title is earned. It's not something that is given, it's earned. And it's earned by the way that you touch your audience, right? The audience is the one that deems you a legend. And so when you travel to Brazil, when you travel to New England, when you travel anywhere around the world, and everybody comes back and says, Nyasia, just great person, great interaction, never an issue. That's what makes you a legend. And I thank you for always being kind to the audience, because we need more of that from artists.
Thank you so much.
So
Thank
once
you.
again, this is CPR's Clubhouse Live, and I want to thank everyone for being here for the debut of Nyasia's Now and Forever with One Touch. You can check out clips here throughout the entire podcast. And until next time, it's CPR saying goodbye. And remember, it's not who you love, it's how. We'll talk to you soon.